Hello everyone and welcome to this video that is gonna be my collection video for 2024 basically. I don't guess I really have much else to say other than like timestamps will be down here. For my first binder, which is a collect book, there's a bunch of different groups that I just have a few cards for, so I'm not really gonna be putting timestamps for that because it'd be kind of annoying and pointless, I feel like. But yeah, let's just get into it. So this is the only collect book that I use now, and I did get it from Ateez Magic Shop, and obviously it's Bungie themed. If you're new here, I'm a Bungie ult, so get ready for a lot of TXT. But in here I just have a bunch of like cards for groups that I either used to collect or like just want to get a couple cards for. I have all the girl groups here at the front basically. So Red Velvet and then Twice kind of take up the most of this, I feel like. G-Idol, Itzy, Dreamcatcher. Oh my god, does anyone remember when I was a Dreamcatcher ult? Because that was a while ago. Yeah, it's mostly girl groups. And then I stuck a few boy groups here at the back. And then, yeah. Okay, so next up we have my Ive and Aespa binder, and this used to be like an extra TXT binder, so that's why there's a bunch of like TXT things in here. I just didn't want to take them off. See if I can center this right. Okay, so I do get a lot of questions about like sleeves and things like that, so I'll go ahead and say it here. For my basically most of my collections I use Dragon Shield Clear Classic sleeves, and then for my A5 binders I use the Amifa pages. I know a while ago they like got really like weird and sticky, but I haven't bought Amifa pages in like definitely over a year at this point, so all mine are like the old quality ones. And also these like backgrounds I bought off of Temu a while ago, and I had to cut them myself. They didn't come in this size, and the listing has been sold out for a really long time, so I'm sorry I can't like direct you to buy them basically. But yeah, this is gonna be my Ive collection first. I know this isn't an Afterlife pop, I just need something to fill the space. Yeah, Yujin is my bias. Wonyoung was my bias for like a really long time, and now it is Yujin. Yeah, I'm not completely done with her obviously, but those were the cards that I had. And then for Aespa, I collect Winter and just her selfie photo cards, and any, if I can get US exclusives, I, we'll put them in here, obviously. We'll have them. But yeah, these are all my Aespa cards, or not Aespa, just Winter right here. And then Karina has recently become my second bias, so I also keep her cards here in the back. And I currently have a wishlist up for her on my Instagram, so if anybody wants to offer Karina cards that I don't have, please do. But that was it for this binder. And keeping on the same track with Ive and Aespa, this is my like extra cards binder for like cards of my non-bias members. And because I did collect Wonyoung before, I basically have her entire photocard collection done up until I've switched, which I don't have any cards for her for. And then Liz was my second bias for a while, so I have a lot of her cards as well. And then I did attempt to collect Aespa G4, and Ning used to be my main Aespa bias, so I have some of their cards as well. Yeah. And then I also have my extra Loona cards in here because I definitely have a lot of them. Haeju and Yeojin are my second and third biases for Loona, and then Kimlip's kind of my fourth. Yeah. Then I do have their 2021 or 2022 I think Season's Greetings cards, all 60 of them, but that was just too much to put in here. So it's with my other Loona cards, which I will show in a bit. Okay, so this is more extra cards, and Wonyoung is not in here even though she's on the cover. And technically these Ateez cards should be in that other binder, but there's not really room. So yeah, these are my extra Ateez cards of like pops and once again members that I don't collect. So yeah. And then I did used to collect Sserafim pretty thoroughly, like even OT5 kind of at one point, but I did recently decide, not really recently, but did decide to downsize a lot, so this is everything that I had left over. And I was Chaewon and Yunjin bias, but I think I'm just like mainly Chaewon now. But yeah. And then I also bias Hiei and Kepler, and was like really trying to trade for any cards that I could get of her. So this is my little like Kepler collection right here. And then NCT has just always been really random. I tried to collect Haechan and Jaemin for Dream a while ago, but that just did not stick. But yeah, I have a lot of random NCT cards. And then here is 17. I used to try to collect VK and Hoshi, my 2 biases, but 17 just has too many cards. And yeah, it's just too much a lot of the times. And yeah, I'll also be seeing them twice in October at their New York shows. So if you're going, comment or something. I don't know. And then for ZB1, I used to try to collect Matthew and Kevin, but I dropped them. And then these are just like my pulls. Yeah. P1 Harmony, very random. I love them so much. They're actually one of my semi-ults, but I just cannot collect them. They have too much going on, and they're not the easiest group to collect. And then for these last 2 Illit cards, yeah, one is my bias, and I just wanted to trade for a couple of her cards because I loved their debut. So, yes, this was everything for this binder. Okay, so getting into the A4s, this is my Loona and Ateez binder. Kind of interesting groups to put together, I guess you could say. Opposite sounds, really. But yeah, we're going to ignore this because I might be back collecting, but we're not going to look at that. Actually, you know what? It's a collection video. I'll show it. Okay, so technically I did put in pages for Vivo Part 2 onwards, for just the selfie photo cards. I'm not doing concept photo cards for this collection. But yeah, so for Ateez, I am collecting my 2 biases, Hongjung and San. So yeah, this is going to be the page for Part 2. And then I ran out of sticky notes to make fillers, or else these would have labels on them. Part 3, Epilogue, The World, and then we have a few cards of spin-off. The sad thing is that I had so many more Hongjung, San, Ateez cards in general, but I was really like trying to downsize my collection, and so when I went to see them in concert in July, I just brought out my trade and sale binder and was like, hey, who wants some free photo cards? And of course, because it was an Ateez concert, I put their cards at the beginning of my binder, and so most of them got taken, and I immediately regretted doing that. It did help me get rid of a lot of cards, but yeah, I regret that now, as I immediately like re-picked up my Ateez collection after like almost 2 years, I think, after the concert. So yeah, if I get any like random US exclusives that I can stick in here, I will, which is why like the setup for Hongjung is a little bit different than for San. Yeah, San is definitely harder to collect, as I guess basically any A-team would know. But moving on to Loona. So for Loona, my Loona Loona collecting journey has been such a like process, I guess, but she was my main bias. She has always been my #1, and I try to collect her solo photo cards, and I do have most of her Loona BBC era cards from like Midnight to Flip That. So yeah, these are all the Howl cards, and I have dupes even. So yeah, I was really able to collect this era, but since I'm gonna be able to, or not gonna be able to like really collect seriously anymore, especially for like groups that aren't TXT, I guess, I only have these 2 cards from Strawberry Rush, which is amazing, by the way. I think I said that in one of my other strong videos, but yeah. And these are all the like random things, like pobs I have for Chu. I definitely tried to get a lot for Howl, but like I said before, that's not going to be the case this era. And then these are from her tour, which I was able to go to this time. Unfortunately, I was not able to see her this time because she didn't come to Atlanta, and she was in New York before I'm going to be in New York. So it was like really, really bad for me personally. Yeah. Anyways, little rant. But these are all her Loona era cards that I have. And this Kissy Chu, I never ended up finding. If you don't know, that's what it looks like. So I just put a pod there. It has similar vibes, so yeah. And then for Loose Symbol, for their debut album, I collected my top 3, which is obviously Yeojin, Go-won, and Haeju. I have all the cards from that. And then I haven't been able to collect this most recent era, but yeah. And then for Odd Eye Circle, Kim Lip is my bias, as I said earlier, or my 4th bias in Loona, so my bias in Odd Eye Circle. And I collected her for their first album. And then, like I said, I do have the like 2022 season's greetings here, so I did like a whole spread thing. I'm pretty sure I used to have Chu separated from the other members, but I decided to put her back because it just looks better like this. And these are some really old sleeves. Okay, so now we are moving on to my second olds, which are Enhypen. And so for Enhypen, my collection is it's a collection, I guess. So basically I've had like a bias crisis in Enhypen for a really long time, and so now I collect 4 members because I just couldn't decide. Well, technically now I collect 5 actually, but we'll get there. So my original bias line was Jake, Sunu, and Jungwon, and then Sunghoon came along, which I guess I'll just flip through while I talk through this, and like became my 4th bias, I guess. So I started collecting him as well, and then Heesung came along, and you know, I'm just kind of slowly working towards OT7 by collecting like additional members at a time right now. So obviously now I'm collecting Heesung. I have the other 4 members done though. And any trades, well, I don't actually have like a full OT7 wish list up on my Instagram, but I'm really close to completing Sweet Venom, or what's it, Orange Blood OT7. I'm really close to that, and I do keep all my pulls for the other members, so yes. Although if I could go back in time, I really would probably just collect 1 member. Jungwon was actually my original first bias, like back in like, what was it, 2021, when I started watching like In O'Clock and stuff. Man, I've been here since like the 2nd episode of In O'Clock. That's kind of crazy. Anyways, I wish I would have just stuck to Jungwon and like so I could collect his pops as well. Jungwon is like my bias now, if you couldn't tell by the collage on the front. I know I've complained about high pops and Enhypen pops, but like some of his pops are really cute, and I really like to be a thorough collector like my ults, so it would have been nice to be able to like have a lot more than I have now, which is like literally none. And I did try to collect his Japanese cards for a little bit, but honestly, like I just can't get into collecting Japanese cards for like barely even TXT. Like, oh my god, I found this set for like $60 of like Sunghoon's full manifesto set plus some pobs, and it just worked out so perfectly. Like, I love this page in particular. Yeah. But yeah, I'm really proud of my Enhypen collection. I've had it for so long. It's been through so much. And yeah, I'm really happy with the way it looks now, because I kind of get like the 1 member setup and also like the 3 pattern, which I love. Or not 3 pattern, but like this, I guess. And then most recently I did complete Romance Untold in my last storing video. Okay, so for this album I did only collect Jungwon, and I still don't even have his like kit card. I did pull the Heesung, but I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. It's just I don't know. I'll probably work on it later. So I guess if you count this as like a real album, it's not technically done. And these cards are really cheap too, so like if I wanted to do it, it wouldn't be super hard, but it's just like the lowest of lowest priorities right now. Yeah, so we have the last album. And then sometimes I've collected their target cards to fill out the page. So, yes. Honestly, I feel like Heesung might be my 2nd bias at this point, but we're not going to talk about that. And then for Sunghoon, we have the complete layout. I feel like I should put this dark one in the middle, actually. We're going to be doing some on-camera rearranging. Yeah, that looks better, I feel like. And then we have my extra cards. So we have the 2 Japanese Jungwon cards that I did get. His target card from Dark Blood, which didn't really fit anywhere. And then the also the one from Orange Blood. And then these are all my extra J cards, which I kind of have a lot of. And then also Nikki. Yes. And then Sunu was my like main bias for like a really long time. So I do have some of his like probs and merch things here. Also his target card. And then I pulled this J card myself in just like a random Japanese album, and then I did go out of my way to find this Sunghoon card because I just wanted it so bad. And then this came in that set with the manifesto cards. Once again, the like Orange Blood target cards didn't really fit anywhere. And then these are from some like merch that I got from their Fate tour, which I have seen Enhypen 3 times. Once on manifesto and twice on the Fate tour. So yeah. And then in the back here we have my OT7 set. So we have their light stick one. And then the rest are the Weverse ones from their past 3 albums. And then I bought so many of like the past two that I could just like put the same one on the back with some group cards. So yes. And then in the back here we have all my group cards, which are not the most like secure in there. They're definitely like constantly sliding out, but that's fine. So that was everything for Enhypen. Now we can move on to my multitude of TXT binders. Okay, so first up we have my binder for mini photo cards, which are like Hype's bigger photo cards that are big for no reason. Why can't you guys just be normal? But yeah, this kind of fitting, I guess, to start with, because this is the like size of their first album cards. So I do collect OT5 for all album cards, some random Japanese cards, and like POBs and merch things. But yeah, because this is like a 4-pocket binder, I did separate Bombq, who is my bias, from the other members. And then I have dupes, of course. One thing you're going to see a lot of is dupes for TXT, so yes. These are mostly because I joined a group order and then didn't think the group order was going to go through, and then went and bought them on Buy, and then the group order did go through, and I had, you know, I just never put them up. Well, actually I did put them up for trade, but I feel like no one, well, not as many people collect their like earlier cards, I feel like. But yeah. And then these are like just like too awkward to fit in a normal 9-pocket. So yeah, this is everything for the other 4 members. And then I do also collect OG5 for the Target cards. So I have these from Freefall and Temptation. Okay, so moving on to Bombq now. I have his like mini postcard things from the tier and lullaby versions. And then we get into like merch things. So I do have my like OG5 sets here at the front. So this is for the light stick, and then this is for the like sweater from the Sweet Mirage finale merch. And this is from a 10 case. This is some Moa Buy Together thing, and then this is his equivalent of these cards. From here on out it gets really random. So I don't have all of his like fan live things, and I don't put these in numerical order. I just put them on like vibes. Yeah, I don't really like how some of these like flow into each other, because for some sets I have unit cards and then like these two random ones on the back. But then we get into Act Plastic. I think I'm missing Dream Buy Together or Shine Buy Together. I can't really think of what else. That might be it, honestly. And then we get into Act Promise. And I don't have the like I don't think the Japanese one for Sweet Mirage and Promise are like this size, but I don't have any of those. And the only birthday merch that I have is the one from last year. So I just have the like sight cards. I don't have the bracelet. Or was it a bracelet? No, it was a t-shirt. I don't have the selfies from this, basically. And then these are the 3 Dream Week photo cards from this year. And this is from a shirt from their Act Promise tour, and a random page in the back. So that was everything for this binder. Okay, so this is my OT5 album card binder, and this is one of the Meow Cafe 10-pocket binders. I use their like penny sleeves and the like, they're kind of like double sleeve system for this binder. And as much as I love it, it's an absolute pain to flip through. And I know I say this all the time, but it's also to preface that there's going to be a lot of like moving around in this. Yeah, this is my complete album photocard collection for TXT. And for these I just put like pieces of paper behind them, so they're not exactly like straight, really. Txt and Enhypen are the only groups that I go out on my way to like collect concept cards for. So yeah, I have literally every single Txt album photo card, and this collection in particular is like my pride and joy. And I really love the layout of a 10-pocket binder. If you collect a 5-member group, I would like highly suggest, or 10 members. Is there a 10-member group besides Psychers, who is kind of like 9 right now? Or you collect the boys and like separate your bias. I don't know. Yeah, I would highly recommend like trying out this, or the 15-pocket one if your like album sets would go better in like sets of 3, which for the most case TXT does work the best in 2, especially for Freefall. Like, they knew I got this binder and had to do it for me. And then Free Fall bleeds into tomorrow. This set, oh my, this is so expensive right here. Yeah. This is definitely one of the most expensive card cards I've ever bought. And then I pulled this Taehyun, but like, looking on my card Japan, he was the only one that I could find. I pulled this Bomgyu as well, which is really nice because I couldn't find him at all in my card Japan. Anyways, that was me talking about the struggle of collecting the kit cards once again. But yes. And that is all for this album binder. So as you were probably able to tell, I always do Yeonjun first. I always just stick to age order. But this is my binder for OG5 pobs and merch things. So we just start out with the Thursday Child Target cards and then move into Temptation pobs, which I only have 2 sets for. And then Free Fall and tomorrow was really where I started to, I don't want to say go off the rails because that's a big extreme, but get a lot more, you could say. Yeah, so these are all the Free Fall pobs that I collected. There's a lot of cheap sets on my card Japan, in my defense. Yeah, then we get into tomorrow things. I joined a lot of group orders for this era. I love this set so much. And then, unfortunately, I'm dumb and didn't claim a 6th set, so we have 5 here. And then we move into my OG5 Japanese things. So we have some cards for Sweet. And then Chikai, which I have 4 for. Yes. And then getting into merch things, I do have photo book stuff first. And then there's, no, I guess this is in chronological order. Maybe. Ooh, I honestly don't know. Because why isn't this there? That's a later me problem, but this is the season's greetings from this last year. And then we get into all the deco kit things. The deco kit comes with a lot of cards, so I would just put these in the back here. And I don't know why they decided to do such an awkward amount of cards for the past 2 deco kits, but it's whatever. And then we have an empty row here. So last but not least, we have my Bomgyu, Pobs, Japanese things, merch, everything binder. Yeah, I do have all 3 of Bomgyu's like signed, well, 2 of them are postcards, one's an album, but I have all 3 of them. And yeah, this is my Enhypen ticket from 2022, which is, I think this used to be like an Enhypen binder or something, so that's why that's there. But yeah, I just start out with Korean album pobs, and for these earlier things, I do not set up for anything because literally everything is so expensive. Like, it's kind of ridiculous, especially as a Bomgyu collector who, for a lot of things, is like in the middle of like pricing and like popularity in general, I guess. But some random things he'll be like the most expensive for, which is really annoying. Because like, why this one specific card? Yes. Free Fall, or not Free Fall, Temptation was the era where I really started to get into collecting pobs, really like seriously. Thursday Child was kind of, I still don't have everything from this era. There's a few concept cards that I'm missing and like Japanese lucky draws that are kind of expensive. But I do have, I think, basically everything for Temptation, and then a lot of dupes. A lot of dupes for Temptation. I don't know what I was doing during this era, to be honest. Yes, and then I did collect my top 3 for the first round of lucky draws. I just thought it'd be a fun little activity. But unfortunately, this, these are the cards in the like weirdly like flimsy lucky draw material. I'm glad they stopped doing that. And then we get into Free Fall, which this is probably the like most recent era that I don't have everything for. There's a lot of concept cards that I'm missing from like random Korean stores. And then just this this bothers me so much because there's 6 of these like clear cards and I cannot find this one for the life of me. So this is just 5. Hey, at least I almost completed it. At least these cards weren't priced the way the Subins and Yeonjuns were. Oh my god. Praying for you Yeonbin collectors out there who were looking for these. But then we get into this is kind of bleeding into tomorrow, but this is my like last Free Fall page. It's kind of like a catch-all in a way. These 2 are usually used, so they came out like really late. I do have another one on the way actually, and I don't know if there's another one that I could get for Free Fall really easily. Probably not, but I would like to fill up this page ideally. Then we get into tomorrow, which I joined a lot of group orders for, mostly for the concept cards that or from the stores that I missed last era that are so hard to find now. And I feel like a lot of the concept cards from this era are also kind of hard to find because, like, I don't know, I just feel like not a whole lot of people joined for them. Maybe they just weren't like fan sign ones or something. I don't know, guys. I don't know these things. Yeah, this was all of my Bangyu Pobs. So now we can get into Japanese things, and I do collect his Japanese cards from like Chaotic Wonderland moving forward. Yeah, I know there's a Weaver's card that I'm missing, and it has definitely gone down in price recently, but I'm not able to buy it at the moment, so yeah. And then here's Good Boy Gone Bad, and then we get into Sweet, which I have 2 pages for, and then my 1 page for Jikai. And I'm not done collecting this era. It's just gonna have to take a really long pause. But the good thing about Japanese cards is that they're basically always there in Makar Japan. Yes, so now I can move into merch things. So first up here I have my like concert tour related things. These are from the Act Sweet Mirage like dome tour for Japan. This is the LA Moazone. It doesn't have the, oh it does. Oh, the LA one has the QR code on the back. Okay. This is the like lucky draw from the Sweet Mirage tour. This is the Moazone from the finale. I'm pretty sure that would be that. Yeah. And then this is the like same like kind of lucky draw for the finale. Probably the most expensive. No, this was the most expensive card in this page. This one I bought really early because then they turned this picture into a pod for Sweet. And then it was like $15 or less, which, you know, poor decisions on my part, I know. But these are the like same Polaroids for the Act Promise tour, and I'm not sure what this is. And then we have my like photo book thing. So this is 1 out of the 2 of the units for the like hour, or is it the 3rd one? I can't see. Oh no, it's one of the hour photo books. I think it's the 3rd one. And then we have the like Midsummer. No, the photo book from 2022. I think. Yes. Oh my god. And then we had the photo book cards from 2023. Right? Yes. What was the photo book for this year? Yeah, I'm confusing myself. This is my memories page. I don't have the really expensive ones, but I do have the ones from this year and last year. Obviously, that's all that's what's on this page. And then this one is Season's Greetings and this one random like DVD card. Yeah, so I have this isn't all of them, is it? Well, I have this last year's one with my OG5 cards. Oh, I'm missing one. I think I'm missing 20. I'm missing something, okay? Anyways, then we have my last page of random stuff. So like Manyo, and then the one time they decided to do a random Deco Kit card, membership things, and then this Dream Week Polaroid, which I guess could technically go with like concert stuff, but it's not really like a tour, it's just Dream Week. And these are Bungyu's cards from the one time that they did the icon, and then I have like 2 on the back here. I never look at these, honestly. So Yeonjun is my second bias, and for a while I did really try to get a lot of his like pobs and things, but it's just really hard to collect 2 members, especially when like you have less motivation to collect the second member and he's more expensive, so like I don't know. But this is what I do have. Yeah, just a lot of random things, and then these Japanese cards. And so this is when I get into my like random section, and I do have all my Bangyu dupes here first. I have 5 of this Nightmare card. Why? I don't know. I don't know. Then we have more dupes, and then we get into my 2 singular Subin cards. Then I have a lot of Taehan things, like basically an entire page, more than an entire page really. And then my Kai cards. Yes. If anybody would like to trade me Bungyu's free Shopee card, please do. I do not want to pay $100 for it. And then all my group card things here. So, that was actually everything for this video. So, thanks for watching, and bye!